Buckle up, folks. It is the one and only Daniel from Canada who is calling in back on Truth Wanted. Daniel from Canada, what is happening?
Not much. I just thought I'd call in and talk about. Well, I sent you some pictures first of all, and of the little aliens on Mars, because that's when I first called you, right? It was
Yes, yes. We talked about the bug beings on Mars, Daniel, and you sent me some stuff before, but recently this week in my email address, you did send me some pictures, and we're not gonna hold back on these. We would like to show other folks this too. We got the crew to set some of that up, so maybe they can put some of these pictures on screen here. And audio listeners, I'll have to describe what we're looking at, but crew, whenever you're ready, if you want to put some of these pictures up, maybe we can take a look at them. So Daniel, what convinced you in these pictures in particular that this was definitely evidence of Martians? Okay, we got a picture on screen right now. This is from the billion pixel view from the Curiosity at Rocknest, and it's also been white balanced. So this is, I think, a picture of a picture that you sent us of that. So yeah, please tell us about that.
It's a screenshot from Roger in Kansas City's video, where what Roger did was he put his camera in front of his monitor, and he just brought up the NASA site, the billion pixel site, and he just put his camera so he could focus in on the picture better than blowing it up. I mean, than by enlarging it on the screen, and so you see a little. I'm not sure which picture you're going to show first.
We got it on the screen right now. Yeah. So I would recommend if you do want to see what we have on the screen, just make sure you're watching it on a computer with muted audio. You know, we generally don't recommend having the stream on at the same time with the call, but if you want to kind of follow on, but yeah, we have the one that says billion pixel view from the Curiosity rock nest at the top. And I'll be honest, I don't know where's the alien in this picture. I don't see the alien.
No, not in that picture. I'm just showing you. That's the site. That's the site.
Okay, so this is just the site. Okay.
I just wanted to show what the site was. It's the other pictures.
Okay, but let me go back to the methodology. It's a camera set in front of a monitor that is displaying the picture. Is that correct?
Displaying the NASA website.
Why in the world would you do it that way?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this, because why would you not get a screen grab for us, like an actual screenshot? Because this is like going to make it way harder, right?
No. He did that because he wanted to focus in on the pictures better. Because if you just enlarge the picture, it's going to pixelate.
But that's not going to accomplish that. Right, because you got a billion pixel image that you're taking a picture of with fewer pixels than that billion.
You're taking a picture of a picture, and that's going to have a lower resolution, right?
Yeah, it's just a stupid way to do it.
I don't think so.
So one of us is a software engineer who's actually dealt with pictures. And there's no way you can show anything with that because you're losing all your detail from the camera. You're using a low resolution camera to take a low resolution picture of a high resolution shot. Do you see how that doesn't translate to anything useful?
I'm not a photo expert, Jim.
Okay, I'm telling you, it's stupid. Right?
I'm waiting.
What pixels is your camera?
All right, I think we do have a bunch of other pictures. So maybe if we go on to the next picture, we can kind of get a look at what we're doing with here, because, you know, we already got the pictures here. We might as well take a look at what we got, right?
Right.
All right, let's go to this next one here. So we got a rock on the screen here. Do you see the picture that we chose here? Daniel, you got a screen on your side?
I'm still waiting. Yeah, I'm still waiting.
Okay, yeah, we do have a bit of a delay from the call to the stream, so that's totally fine. I think it's going to be the next in the sequence of the pictures that you showed me. I'm going to be honest, this just looks like a rock, but I guess I can kind of see there's kind of a blue tint to it. Maybe is this supposed to be like an alien body? Is this like a torso in this picture?
I'm still waiting. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Well, you got the pictures. I mean, you got all of them here.
Yeah,
So
I know because I sent you 4. One looks like he's standing inside the middle of like a rock. And he's got like a white face. You see like 2 eyes. You see a mouth. You see his shoulders. Like you just see from his waist up. And he's okay. That the picture you're showing first is to me looks like a piece of technology that's just rotting out in the ground. It's just like,
oh, that's technology. This one, this blue looking rock right here. Why would you say it's technology?
Well, look closely where Roger's mouth, the hand is, where his mouse. You see the little hand.
Yeah, I see that.
Just look directly above the hand.
Okay.
That to me looks like gear, almost like a gear. Like gear.
That just looks like a shadow to me. I don't see a gear.
Yeah. The resolution is so bad, I have no idea what it is. Do you have a link to the actual site that's on the billion pixels? That would be actually better.
Yeah, but it doesn't work anymore. The NASA site doesn't work anymore. Suddenly 5 years ago, you can't use it anymore. They don't, you can't see this stuff anymore.
Right. I remember you calling me and you told me about this, and you think it's because some of these pictures were revealing stuff that we weren't supposed to see?
Yeah. Well, okay, now you got another one. That's the picture I'm talking about. He's got like, see, like, oh, sorry, you went back.
If you could put that third picture back up and we can take a look at it. There we go. Okay, we got it on screen on our end, so don't worry about what you see.
Okay. You see, again, you see Roger's little the hand, the mouse.
Yep. See a mouse on there.
Yeah. Right. That's right above it. It looks like some sort of tool that he's pressed against. You see a black. You see like it looks like he's almost like a black shirt on or something, and you see like a white face. It's almost, that's what I thought was an insect. It almost looked like a bug type face.
Do you think that's like a creature that's alive? Like you think that's like a mobile moving creature?
Yeah. I think
it just looks like a rock, Daniel. I don't know. That doesn't look like a creature to me.
The resolution once again is so bad. I have no idea. I would expect better resolution off the billion. And if it's not there, then it's not there. I mean, but the way you've done it makes no sense to me, right? You're taking at best a 4K picture of a billion pixel picture. You lose so much detail. You can't really zoom in anymore. It's just a really bad way to determine anything. I just don't see it.
You don't see anything.
I see rocks, but I don't see enough detail to draw any conclusions from. I get better detailed pictures off of my 10-year-old camera than I do that.
Yeah.
It's a funny looking rock. I'll give you this, Daniel. That's a funny looking rock. You know,
it is a funny looking rock.
It's a funny looking rock, but like, unless we have, I mean, you know, if we can get like a GIF of it moving or something, at least if we're just looking at a static image of Mars where we're seeing a bunch of rocks, I'm just going to assume it's a bunch of rocks. I don't know why I would assume anything different, right?
Because they put that pinkish orange filter over everything. But this is a close-up. This is a screenshot of a close-up, like zooming in, like a huge picture.
It's not a screenshot.
Yeah, that's not a thing. It's not a screenshot.
Picture of a screen.
Yeah. A picture of a screen is not the same thing as a screenshot.
No, I made a screenshot of Roger's video.
Right, but okay, so the original video is not showing screenshots. The original video is him showing a camera, right?
Him showing the site, the picture of the site. And you can move around. You could take the billion pixel, the NASA site. It's interactive, right? You can move around and go to all parts of it. It's a huge picture.
I get you. But it's to Jim's point, right? If you took a 4K version of Titanic, right, and then I recorded that off of a VHS tape, and then I give it to you, you're not going to see you're not going to see Titanic in 4K. You're going to see whatever my VHS copy of Titanic looks like, right? That's kind of what's happening here with this method of showing it to us. I mean, like at best, if you're going to show us a video, I mean, maybe if you could download it from the original source or something, but like, this way it's just, you can't really show much, man. It's just kind of pixelated rocks so far. Daniel, you there? I see you're still on the line, Daniel. If you're there with us, I'm going to put you back in the queue. And I do want to keep talking with you because we do have like 3 more pictures. Because I was hoping you could explain some of this to me, Daniel. You've been calling into this show for quite a while now with your various Mars claims, and this is the first time we're getting to look at it together on screen. I want to kind of have that moment with you, but I gotta say, I'm not super impressed so far. I thought you'd be bringing some heat to the table, but this kind of just looks like, I don't know, any other picture of rocks I've seen on Mars. Jim, what do you think of this so far? I don't think you're enjoying it as much as I am.
There's just no way to tell what it is with the way they took the picture. Putting a camera on a screen is especially a high-res screen, or a high-res picture, that just makes no sense.
Yeah, well, listen, this is the first time we're going over like Mars footage, like on the years we've been doing this show. I don't think we've ever actually shown it on screen here. So I'm celebrating the milestone for what it is, even if it's less than what I'd hoped for in terms of quality. But I see that, Daniel, you should be ready now. I'm going to bring you back into the queue. Okay, Daniel, you're back with us on the line. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. You guys are focusing too much on the way Roger did this. We're just trying to show what NASA doesn't want people to see, because you can't go to the site anymore. I want you to go to if you go to Roger's video and click on the link to the NASA site, you can't do it anymore. They shut it down. Why did they do that? Do you think that's just a coincidence?
Well, if it's a billion pixel image, that takes up a lot of hosting resources.
Yeah.
And it's probably, like NASA government websites change out their web pages for stuff all the time. I don't know if it has to be because they have to hide something, right? I mean, like if they really didn't want people to see what they were doing, why even release it in the first place? I think that makes the least sense to me. They don't really have a reason to even just show everybody other than just, I don't know, it's cool. And they want to like educate people about science and get people excited about science for funding and stuff, right? I don't know. It's just, I get that, they took this thing down, but I'm sure there's maybe an explanation somewhere. Like, have you actually looked up if they've given a reason why?
Yeah, I tried to. I wrote them and asked them, and they never gave me an answer.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Daniel. I don't. If this is the best that we've got to work with, I gotta say, I was hoping for a little bit more spice. But maybe real quickly, we'll just go through the other pictures, right? Just so we give you a fair share, because we only got like 3 more. Crew, if you could put that next one on the screen, if you could, and we can go from there. Okay, all right. Here's another one. Look, this one looks like the moon almost. This looks like a little statue or something. I could see how you could put a face to that. You see that, Jim?
Yeah, it looks like any other rock that's got vaguely
it's got a little face
stuff
on there. I see a little face. All right, Daniel, what are we looking at with this one? This is like the 4th one and the one you sent us.
I'm just waiting for it to come up. I think it's the one. Yeah,
it's like a little rock pillar in the middle, sticking up straight, almost.
Yeah, and you see like a black, like a hole, like it's almost behind him. There's a black. It looks like a cave entrance, almost, or something like an entrance.
Cave entrance.
Well,
I don't see it.
I don't know if I see a cave entrance.
Well, the picture is kind of close up. You can't see it. But I think that's when it's kind of got like a pointy head.
It does kind of. It looks like it's got a little bow. It looks like a little person with a bow on its head.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. This is a different one. Okay. No, yeah. If you look closely, you'll see an attachment. He's he's got a little attachment to his mouth, to his face, and it looks like a construction worker, like behind a jackhammer or something like that.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. You think they let a lot of aliens in front of the camera? You'd think they'd tell them to go away, so they're not getting in the shot, right? I don't know. Like what? Let me ask you this, Daniel. Why couldn't this be rocks? Like, why is it not possible that this could be rocks?
Because it doesn't look natural. That little shape doesn't look. It doesn't look like the rocks around it. It looks different to me. It conflicts with nature. It doesn't look the same. Look, if you look closely at the guy, I challenge you to get a magnifying glass and really examine it closely. Like, yeah,
but again, a magnifying glass would be the worst way to do it, right?
Yeah, Jim. In the Cuban Missile Crisis, do you remember the Cuban Missile Crisis? How they looked at the pictures? They flew over Cuba, and they took the best pictures possible. And then,
why are you comparing 1960s photographic technology with something in the 20th century? Right? You know, there's a difference between 8 billion pixel and 1960s cameras, right?
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm just saying that they use magnifying glasses to look closely at the pictures instead of they could only blow them up so big. Then they blew up.
It's the only technology they had.
Yeah, that was.
We have much better ways to do that.
Right. Yeah, we're talking about digital images, Daniel. Like this is so different. Like
I realize that.
If we want the best looking photo, we wouldn't want to use a magnifying glass. Like enlarging it would be one of the best ways to do it, depending on the file format, right? If it's in a format that's saved in a way that we could safely enlarge it, like not necessarily a JPEG, but like a vector graphic or something. I don't know if they would take pictures that way, but point is, like, we have way better ways of like zooming in on it than a magnifying glass. So I have no idea why you would want to use a magnifying glass with this.
Because it's the best way to see it, because you can only...
No, it's not.
Is it really?
Best way to see it is take the image, use a viewer, and blow that up. Not to use... Because all you're looking at is the pixels on the screen, not the pixels of the image.
Yeah, if anything,
there's a difference.
If you're looking at it through a magnifying glass, you're just kind of blurring the image a bit, and you're kind of it would kind of make it look more like a person or an animal or something, because it's just going to be smudgier in your vision.
Well, when you look at that picture, you can actually see the lattice work on the LCD screen. That's all you're going to see when you grab a magnifying glass. You're going to look at your screen under a magnifying glass, not a blow up of the picture.
Yeah, it looks like in some of these pictures that maybe the original person that you took the screen grabs from was using a camera on a computer screen. Like that's kind of what it looks like. So yeah, I don't know what to say, Daniel. I like it when you call in. I like hearing your ideas, but I'm not impressed today. I thought I was going to see something a little bit more than this. That last one was kind of like a person, but it also kind of looked like a rock. Like, is there any one of these that doesn't at least kind of look like a rock that we can say, oh yeah, that's definitely a person? Like, I don't go outside and take pictures of animals and be like, I'm not sure if this was a bird or a rock, or maybe it was a dog. You know, it's like, I just take pictures of them. And it's like, oh, okay, that's a dog. Like, is there any one of these that we can say, okay, yeah, unquestionably, this has to be, an alien or something?
I think so. I just look at it. I think so. Like
I don't know. I'm skeptical then.
But I say a chance, Dan.
People look at Camelback Mountain in Phoenix and see a camel.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Right?
Give it a chance. When you're on your own sometimes, just look at it closely. And yes, use a magnifying glass. It helps you see detail.
Why do I want to see the details of my screen? That's all a magnifying glass is going to give you.
Not. No, it's not true.
Yes.
You'll see a little more detail.
One of us knows how to actually do images on a computer, and the other one doesn't. Who am I going to believe?
Okay, Jim, you got to believe you, of course.
Yeah, because I actually do this stuff. I've done this stuff. I'm a software engineer, and you're literally just blowing up your screen and looking at the individual pixels on the screen when you get a magnifying glass. You're not blowing up the picture.
Well,
that's what Zoom is for.
Yeah. And listen, Daniel, you got to give me some credit, okay? How many people have you talked to have put pictures you've sent them on a live show for everybody to see? I've never done that for anybody. Well, maybe once or twice we've done that for a few people, but it's very rare, okay? Daniel, I'm giving you a chance here. I'm letting the jury decide, the audience decide here, and they're not on your side on this one, man. You gotta, if you're gonna come in with this, you gotta bring the heat. I want to see, if you really want to try this again with me, or if you want to send me a video or a picture, preferably a picture, please send me the highest quality stuff you got. I want to see them aliens, Daniel. I don't want to say, oh, that could be a rock. I want to say that is an alien hanging out on Mars. Like that's what I'm looking for, man. Because otherwise, we can talk about whether it's a rock or not all day. You know what I mean? It's not going to move the needle for me much.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, Daniel.
No, thank you. No, thanks for showing up. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate you being a good sport, Daniel, because we talk, we get into some tiffs sometimes. You and I, not me, you in particular, but a lot of people are like, why do I give you at the time of day? I see the comments on that. It's because I think if somebody's going to show me that there's some aliens on Mars, I want it to be you, Daniel. I want you to bring me that revelation. I'm serious about that. How awesome would that be if I just became an alien believer because a guy sent me some pictures in an email and then we looked at it together through a magnifying glass? There's something about that that's good to me. I don't know. I like it. But I do want to let you go. Maybe next time we can do something here. But I gotta say, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed by what was brought here today. Jim, you're even less impressed, it seems.
I'm not impressed with the methodology at all.
No.
It makes no sense to do it that way.
I agree. Yeah. If somebody out there is like Daniel and is into this and thinks they have better stuff, I do challenge you to send it and see if you can do it even better. I don't know if we'll do this next week again or whatever, but I don't know. Every once in a while, looking at some pictures, seeing if it's like Bigfoot or something, that's kind of fun. I don't know. I enjoy stuff like that, but maybe it's not everybody's cup of tea. Right now, we have open lines, so we might be able to get another caller, maybe even two, but we've got open lines, so it's up to you guys to call in and have that conversation with us. But anyway, I will say, if NASA did take down this website because they accidentally leaked some aliens on there, that's gotta be a really funny set of conversations, like some intern was on YouTube and they're like, oh man, we gotta shut this off, Well,
we didn't give it, why NASA would be hiding this, right? Trying to get a scientist to shut up about finding aliens, I think would be impossible.
I don't know. Look, Monday Talks. Listen, I saw Oppenheimer. Okay, they kept that Manhattan Project on the down low for the most of it, right? I mean, eventually people were talking about it, but there's people that hide stuff. I don't know.
Well,
think about it like this, Jim. I'll give you my perspective on this. Okay, you're the U.S. You have the largest national defense force out there of all time. And you get discovery of alien life that may or may not have capabilities just as good as you, if not more. You don't know. How do you prevent a public panic from happening, right? You just don't talk about it till you figure out more stuff. I mean, like if we were to ever figure out aliens were a thing, they would definitely keep it a secret for a little bit. There's no way they would be like, oh, we're telling everybody right away. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think there would be a panic necessarily. But again, this is 2024. How many different ways do we have to put information out? It's very different than wartime United States, where you've got a handful of scientists, and they physically isolated them, right? So it's not the same thing. And the Mars Project is huge.
There's geopolitical tensions here too. If there's aliens out there, Jim, they better be goddamn freedom-loving American-loving aliens, and not those communist Ruskies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to get it's all about xenopolitics, Jim. You got to get the aliens on your side, so that in the next global conflict, you got death rays and super cannons, and not just whatever we're sending right now, right? I'm telling you, there's military strategic, logic that can be applied to this. I think you got to think outside the box.
Okay, but we do have a picture of wind erosion creating something that looks like a face.
Yes.
And they kind of want to show that this is a high resolution shot. It's the actual shot itself, not a photograph of the shot. But is that proof of aliens?
Yeah, for those of you that are listening, we're looking at a picture of a rock. It's a funny looking rock. I don't know why it would be. It is kind of weird looking. If I first saw that, I might think that somebody might have carved it. But then kind of looking at it again, it is kind of wobbly looking. It looks like maybe it's been, shorn down by natural forces. So I don't know. I don't think that'd be a winner for me.
It's in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can find it, but the three rocks behind it, well, it's actually one rock that looks like three. Those are what, three heads talking? I mean, yeah, if the Mars pictures were proof of Martians, this is proof of aliens that have stood still for millions of years.
I guess I agree with you that, like, look, the pictures we saw, right, weren't good. It would have to be videos and stuff. You can Photoshop anything these days, right? Like that's not going to be as impressive. I think it would have to be something more than just here's a picture we may have gotten on a rover. I mean, we've got a million of those, right? That could be right. Anything. It's just not enough. We do have a super chat though that I am going to read. It's from Hell's Bells. Love you, Hell's Bells, who gave $6.66. He said, I bet aliens ride past Earth and lock their doors. Happy Good Friday, you filthy, godless heathens. Yeah, it's the intergalactic zoo theory, right? The reason why we don't see aliens is because they don't want to interact with us on some level. Or the dark forest theory, where they could be scared that other aliens are watching and could alert us to their presence. So a lot of different ideas there. But if there are aliens within reach, I don't think they're going to be, walking and talking, obviously.
Right.
If you want my real take on things. But interdimensional beings that can cross time and space. That's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Anyway, we still got open lines here, so I think we're probably just going to be wrapping things up at the end of the show today. I'm not going to be able to go to the after show, and I don't think Jim is either. But if you want to hang out with Kelly and some of the other folks that help out with the show, you definitely can. You can go to tiny.cc/ACD Discord. So check out that link if you want to talk to some other folks about what you like about the show, what you didn't like about the show, or just questions about how the show happens. That's what that's all about. Before we get things going here too, I need to give a thank you to Jim for being on the show today. Thanks, Jim, for stopping on by.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Yeah. If people want to find you, where are you typically located?
I'm on Facebook, And then like I said, I'll be on AXP on Sunday.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think then that's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode of Truth Wanted. That's okay. Everybody go enjoy your weekends. Go drink a mimosa or something. Try not to let all the Christians doing wacky stuff get to you. And who knows, maybe we'll get some videos on Sunday of, I don't know, people hanging on crosses and doing all kinds of wacky pageantry and stuff. That's always fun, right? We usually get a couple of rounds of those. So looking forward to that. Folks, I am Objectively Dan. This has been another episode of Truth Wanted. Remember to always keep on the truth, and I'll see you next time.
Watch the non-profits and join the hosts in the live chat. Visit tiny.cc/ytnp.